from employee to economy player, from employee to creative player. But today, are you stuck in the mindset? Are you that professional that believes that your salary is a ceiling for you? Your job title is your worth. That's what you think. Or you think that creativity for other people. Yesterday we mentioned some people that some professionals think that creativity is for. They think that is not for them. The creative economy, let me say this, does not pay you for hours, it pays you for value creation. And yes, that is what the conversation is all about today. And hey, if you're just joining us, you're welcome here. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and I help busy professionals like you unlock the smartest, most confident version of themselves through smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. And this is the Smart Creating Short Break series. You are welcome to this conversation today. What you have to do is to share this live with someone that should be here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You would love it being here today. I can assure you that you definitely would love it being here. You are welcome to today's conversation. That is what the conversation is all about today. Hey, hi. I see everybody who made it today. And yes, Gifty, it's so good to have you here again today. It's going to be an amazing conversation because this is the kind of conversation that can turn you from employee to economy player mindset. All right, today I want to begin by showing you 10 lies that have kept professional stock. 10 lies that have kept professional stock. And I'll be showing you 10 creative lessons that can replace this. We're taking these creative lessons from Joseph in the Bible. You'll be amazed at what we can learn from him. Because when I was preparing this note today, I was asking myself, who is that one employee that has moved from employee to creative economy player? And one person that came to mind was, of course, Joseph. Okay. Now, don't say, okay, this is just biblical example. No, it's practical. And I'll be showing you some practical professionals in today's world who have been able to also change and transform their journeys as well. It's going to be an amazing conversation today. Let's begin with the 10 lies that keep professionals stuck. Yesterday, we looked at some myths. Today, I want to show you some more. Because the more you can identify this myth, these lies, you can easily come out of them. Especially because when you now get into the creative space, when you get into the space where you have now started creating, a lot will be happening to you. Sometimes you may see some stumbling blocks, some difficulties, some challenges, and you may just think, you know what, I think this space is not for me. So no, you need to identify this lie so that when these lies come, even though you have started your journey, you'll be able to spot that, oh no, this is a lie. I shouldn't give into this. I shouldn't fall in for this. So this is why I will be showing you these lies. Number one, salary is the only security. Most times, I've seen that most times the basic reason why professionals they just feel like, okay, I'll just be okay with my salary is because they think that salary is their only security. The truth is, salary is short term. That's what it is. Salary is short term. Creativity builds long term wealth. With creativity, you can unlock real time, long term wealth. That is one thing creativity can do for you. Now, let me say this, and if this hits you, want to say this, put it for me in the comment section. Security ends when the pay stops, but creativity pays when you sleep. Security, the security that comes with salary, what happens is that it ends when the pay stops. It's okay, you're doing well with your salary, but the moment the pay stops, your so-called security stops. But the thing with creativity is you can create a product, and that product is selling even while you are asleep. You are being paid even when you are asleep from that product that you're able to make. Yes, I can see it. Security ends when the pay stops. I can see it in the comment section. So security ends when the pay stops coming, the security is gone. But guess what? The moment you can unlock creativity to pay you even when you are asleep. And if you're just joining us, you're welcome in here. Have you hit the subscribe button? Have you hit the like button? Have you shared this live with someone that should be here? Please do not keep this information to yourself. This is the kind of information that, of course, can transform the lives of professionals all over the world. So share this live with them. This is a great place where they can spend their short breaks. All right. Line number 2, job title equals personal value. Job title equals personal value. So you do not want to lose that job title because it feels like that's the value. It feels like, okay, I just have this value. The truth is, oh, hi, Mommy Essie. Wow, so good to have you here. So good to have you here. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Share this live with someone that should be here. Thank you. It's so good to have you here. So your worth is what you create, not the title on your desk. Please, professionals, get this deliverance. Amen. Your worth is what you create. If there's anything we should attach, do you know that the only thing that bear your name forever is not your job title? Because the day you hit 65, that's if they will even let you get to 65. The day you hit a certain age, the day a younger, sharper, smarty comes up, somebody's saying amen in the comment section. A younger smarty comes up, they're going to drop you. So that your job title on your desk is not your real value. It's not your real value. Your worth, your real worth is actually what you create. Titles impress, but creativity influences. Let me see that in the comment section. This is your deliverance, like I said. I want you to leave. So for me, I was in that space for almost 10 years. Or my very recent past. Otherwise, I was in that space for over 10 years. So the thing is that with titles, they impress you, like you're impressed. It's so good to bear that name. But let me say this. What can actually influence is creativity. Titles impress, but what can influence is creativity. So get away from that lie. Drop that lie that keeps saying that your job title is equals your personal value. It's a big lie. Take task line number 3. Oh, I'm too busy to create. I know we mentioned this yesterday, but I want to show it to you in this other light. What I want to show it to you is that busyness without creativity keeps you stuck. So apart from I don't have time to create, I want you to understand that if your busyness is just you being 6 a.m., I'm up, or some people, I'm up from the house, you were awake from 3 a.m., 6 a.m., you left the house, after 6 a.m., you got to the office by 7:30, you had meetings, you just have a busy, tight up schedule. Busyness, when you are looking at that, your schedule, take a look at it. Is there any space for creativity? Is there any space for creativity? Because the moment your busyness lacks creativity, then just know that you are stuck. Busyness without creativity keeps you stuck. If you are too busy to create, you are too busy to grow. Did that come out hard? If you are too busy to create, you are too busy to grow. Takes us to line number 4. And if there's a particular one that's holding you back, you want to write it down. You want to put in the comment section so that it can go into long-term memory. And the next time you're trying to create that course and it's costing you 3 sleepless nights, you tell yourself that, yes, I'm busy. But with creativity, my busyness is effectiveness. This one, because I'm actually creating. I'm actually growing. I'm not just stuck because my business is with creativity. Line number 4. The 4th lie keeping professionals stuck is that they think that creativity is for artists. Now, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but here's what I want to show you, right? Creativity is not painting pictures. It's not making hair. It's not building houses. Creativity is simply problem identification and value creation for each problem identified. I have to bring this up today again because I see that for most professionals, because we're smart, most of us are well schooled, you're exposed, there's a way your brain works. If you are an average professional who is well schooled, you have 2, 3 degrees, there's a way your brain works. So what your brain does is your brain is quick to identify problems. So when I say things like, okay, creativity is about problem solving, professionals, some professionals just think, because I still had a feedback yesterday from yesterday's class. Most times I go back to think and reflect on what I thought or what I brought out here so that I can know. Now, here's the feedback I got. Some professionals just, if I ask the average professional, what are the problems you can spot in your space? They can spot a lot. I realize that professionals can spot lots of problems. But if it ends at problem identification and there's no value created to solve that problem, then you didn't create anything. In fact, if there's anything you created more problems. For lack of a better way to put it. Because at the end of the day, the person or the people to whom you showed this problem without a solution, you have left them worse. And that's why I say we'll be taking out 10 lessons from Joseph. Because for Joseph, he didn't come into the space to just identify problems. It was about the value creation that came out from that conversation that made him to move from employee to economic player. All right. So that's line number 4. I had to bring that back to unpack it in a better and a more improved way. Line number 5, promotion is the peak. Please put this one in the comment section because everybody's guilty of this one. I was guilty of this one at some point. Promotion is the peak. Promotion is the peak. You just think promotion is the peak. Promotion is I just want to get promoted. Once they promote me, Thank you. Thank you. I can say problem identification plus value creating is the actual creativity. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you so much for that, man. You said it right. Line number 5, promotion is the peak. That's what most professionals think. Should I tell you what the actual peak is? The actual peak, thank you, Choco. The actual peak is not promotion. Should I tell you what the actual peak is? The actual peak is owning systems. Please put it for me in the comment section. Owning systems is the real peak. Owning systems is the real peak. Owning systems is the real peak. See why I'm saying it again and again. The highest office. Let me allow owning systems the real peak to sink in. Because the next one I want to bring now. The highest office is not manager. The highest office is creator. The highest office is not manager. The highest office is creator. Highest office is creator. Before you keep thinking that promotion is the peak, I want you to realize that the highest office there is creator, not manager. I hope that's sank in. I hope that's sank in. I'm sure it did. Lie number 6. Lie number 6. My company owes me growth. My company owes me growth. Organizations reward visible value, not hidden potential. The organizations that you're looking for, you're waiting for them to give you promotion or for them to give you, they owe you some sort of growth. Organizations reward visible value, not hidden potential. So let me say this, right? Your employer owes you a salary, not growth, not your self-growth. Your self-growth is your responsibility. I know this may be coming out hard, but I want you to let it sink in. And please put it for me in the comment section. My employer doesn't owe me anything. Okay, put it this way. My employer owes me salary, not my self-growth. My employer owes me salary, not my self-growth. Own it. If you're just joining us here, you're welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's so good to have you here. We're having this conversation on how to turn you from employee into economy influencer, real wealth maker. What your employer owes you is salary, not your self-growth. Your self-growth is your responsibility. You are the one that will take responsibility for your self-growth. Line number 7. I can't start unless I have a capital. I can't start unless I have a capital. Yes, like I said in the comment section. You know what I had to say this? Some employees get into a space, and I mean, I was that person too. At some point, I felt like, my employer is supposed to do this for me. My employer is supposed to do this for me. It's your self-growth. It's your self-growth. So you need to take responsibility for it. If you want to grow from the point where you are done, you're tired of reading other people's books, even though you still be reading other people's books, but it's important for you. You want to actually write your own. It's your job. It's not your employer's job. It's up to you to find the spaces where you can learn this craft and produce yours. Thank you. I can see it in the comment section. Number seven, I can't start unless I have capital. Let me tell you the truth. Creativity births capital. Creativity births capital. Do you know how I know? For every single idea you get, create money. Ideas create money, not the other way around. Money doesn't create ideas, ideas create money. Ideas create money. So don't let the I don't have capital thing keep you in a space. Keep you in a space where I think I don't have capital. I don't have capital. So because I don't have capital, my creativity cannot turn into functionality or into productivity until I get a capital. All of that. No, 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 no. Line number eight. I want to quickly go over this slide so that I can start giving you the solution. Let us move. Line number eight. The market is saturated. I remember having this conversation with someone who came to me and she says, this book I want to write, but this is what I want to write about. When she's done, I've said, okay, that's fine. So when do you want to start? She says, I'll start next week. After a few days, I reached out to her. I was like, hey, how is this going? How have you gone? She says, I think I want to write about women. And I feel like there's so many people that are talking to women. So I just think I may just as well just talk to people about the idea. I wasn't putting the book. I was like, "Oh, why do you think the market is saturated? Do you know how many stores that sell clothes around you? Okay, let's even make this real. Around you, how many stores do you have? When I mean stores, I mean stores that you can go buy clothes. You can go there shop for clothes. How many do you have around you? For me, I think close to me, like the closest proximity to me, I can cite at least 10. If I dressmakers do you know? Off your head, like without thinking up to a minute, you can mention at least 10 dressmakers. And all of these dressmakers are getting clients every day. So why is it that when it comes to creativity for professionals, professionals think that the market is saturated? You want to write a book, you know that this is going to bless the world, and you're saying to yourself that the market is saturated. This is why I feel like for making professionals to start creating, there has to be a space for them where professionals like them can actually think. Now, this also happened to me. Every time you want to write something, in fact, let me even say it. The moment you're trying to write a book or trying to create a course, I'm sure other professionals can relate. Because I was having this conversation with a colleague of mine, and she says, I think this has happened to me as well. So what happens is you're trying to work on this, maybe you're working with your team members or you got some people on the board, and while you're working on it, you notice that that thing you're trying to work on, the moment you go on social media, everybody's doing it. I think a team member was discussing that to me as well. She said, "There's this place I want to do," and that moment, it now looks like everybody's doing it, or the people you are seeing around that time seems as if there are more people doing that or not. That is a lie. The market is saturated. It's a lie. You know how I know? The market is only saturated for copycats. Please put it for me in the comment section. The market is only saturated for copycats. So with imitation rounds. But you know, innovation swims. Ah, okay, is the sound back now? Let me know, is the sound back now? Okay, thank you for spotting that out. Oh, I love this audience. Hey, I did doing it. So good to see you. Okay, so I was saying, oh yeah, great. The sound is back. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, can I be heard now? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So, but with market saturation, that's not your problem. Because with imitation, okay, I can be heard. Thank you. Because with imitation, what will happen is that if it's an imitation, it will drown. But if it's an innovation, it will swim. If it's something that was given to you, if it's something that you know that you heard, this is what you want to bring to the market space. I mean, if it's innovation, go ahead. It will definitely swim. It will not drown. Line number 9, creativity is risky. Creativity is risky and employment is safe. Now, this is what most professionals think. Creativity is so risky, coach. You don't understand. What if I write this book now? Who will buy it? So I just can't produce books. I'll not keep it. How am I sure they will buy it? So there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of uncertainty that comes with creativity. Yes, I get it. You begin to wonder, are you sure? 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 Creativity is risky, and then it seems like employment is safe. I mean, you're going to work for a multi-billionaire. It's a multinational. He's been paying people. The company has been there for 30 years, so it's safer. Let me say this. Go and ask Kodak, ask Nokia, ask MySpace. Safety is an illusion without creativity. Please put it for me in the comment section. Safety is an illusion without creativity. Because as much as it seems like these companies, especially, when professionals want to look for a job, they go for a company that has 30 years, that's been there 30 years plus, multinationals or federal government jobs or jobs that, they've been there for years. It's good. But the truth is, the safety that you think you have is an illusion without creativity. Safety is an illusion without creativity. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you. The riskiest thing is actually refusing to create. Being on the path to creativity is not risky. Or doing a book, but setting up a course, and then you're wondering, hey, this course, are you sure they will buy it? Are you sure they will buy it? And this is why you have to be at the Smart Creating Lab, because we're not only going to show you how to create, we'll show you how to position, package, and produce something that can be bought. Okay, and then we'll also make you understand numbers, because you don't just sit where you are and think, okay, this numbers didn't do like this, or once I come out, I'm going to hit this number. It's about growth. It's a whole lot that you'll be learning right in the Smart Creating Lab. I'm not the only one that will be facilitating this program. Other coaches that have done amazing with what it is that they have created will be there to hold you by the hand, and everyone will leave that lab with their productions in their hand. But I want you to understand that if there's anything that's the riskiest thing on earth, it is refusing to create. Do you know why it's risky? You are functioning below default. You are functioning below originality. Your default, your original makeup is creativity. How do I know? You were created by a creator God. The reason he created you so that you can create. Anything other than that, you're functioning below originality. Finally, line number 10, and then we go to the creative lessons we can take for today. I can't wait. I have 10 creative lessons to give you. so that as much as you walked out of this lies, you can now know what to begin with. Okay. Lie number 10, I will create when I retire. This one is funny. I will create when I retire. Truth is, if you don't start now, retirement will only expose emptiness. I will create when I retire. The truth is, if you do not start now, retirement will only expose emptiness. Do you know how tiring it is to realize that you've been retired from your job? Let me say this. Creation is not a hobby for later. Please write it down. Creation is not a hobby for later. On the contrary, it is the foundation for tomorrow. Creation is not a hobby for later. On the contrary, it is the foundation for tomorrow. Hmm. Now, quickly, let me get into the 10 creative lessons that you can get from someone who moved from employee to economic player. And that one person is Joseph in the Bible. Joseph in the Bible. He's our case study, and then we'll look at other contemporary examples and case studies of today's world. The lesson number 1 we can pick from Joseph's story. Do you remember Joseph's story? He was an employee. He was an employee of his master. He was just working for his master before what happened. Then he was thrown into prison. So at the point, Joseph was just an employee. But guess what? Joseph rose to economic player by creativity. And there are 10 lessons of creativity we can learn from Joseph. Number 1, creativity begins with interpretation, but grows with execution. Please put it for me in the comment section. Creativity begins with interpretation, but grows with execution. And I'll explain. Let me start by saying that Joseph was not promoted just for interpreting dreams. No. He wasn't made prime minister because he interpreted dreams. No. What got Joseph promoted was the fact that he designed a 5-in-1 storage system. Joseph created a 5-in-1 bundle, a 5-in-1 storage system. He created framework, guides, bundle. If it's in today's world, Joseph will have books authored. He will have coaching systems. He will have frameworks. He created a 5-in-1 storage system. No, he didn't interpret dreams. That's not what took him there. That's not what made him prime minister. No. He created a 5-in-1 storage system. He created a system for production. He created a system for preservation. He created a system for distribution. He created a system for pricing. And he created a system for sustainability. 5-in-1. Joseph created a 5-in-1 storage system. He didn't just interpret dreams. What Joseph did was creativity. He grew with execution. It's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk didn't just dream of electric cars. No. He built Tesla factories, charging networks, and supply chains. See, execution is what creates dominance in this space. Now, what I see most professionals do is interpretation. They'll sit down, they'll say, in this my banking sector, I've realized that there's this problem bankers have. They keep stealing from the bank. I don't know. You are just interpreting problems. You are interpreting. It's execution. Execution. I think it was Mama Ibuku Awashika that was in the banking space for years. And then guess what? She created, it's not only interpreting, she identified problems that were there. She created, I think the doors that we have at the bank, in the banks now, was created by her. So when you read the story of Joseph, even when you are telling the stories to your children, please don't tell them that it's about interpretation of dreams. Anyone can interpret dreams. That's why we have so many problem spotters all over the world. Few problem solvers. problem spotters enter his space. They say, you know what? If only they did not, I don't know why they keep doing this. Even on my team members, I don't let that happen. Don't come and spot a problem for me. As just recently, we had a team meeting, and then one person said, "Ah, there's this challenge." A team member said, "There's this problem. I think we'll have to." When she was done, I said, "So what's the solution?" And I said, "Do not bring, don't spot problems, because you know what? At that point, the man was already in. He knows he's in problem. He knows the dream is problematic already. That's why he looks for you. So why are you coming to come and spot problems again? Why are you coming to interpret alone? Give us a solution." What made Joseph to move from employee to economic player is not the fact that he interpreted dreams. It was the fact that Joseph actually executed. He created a 5-in-1 storage system that showed how we can produce food, that shows how we can preserve them, how we can distribute it, how we can price it so that we can make enough money. You know, we're trying to plan with 7 years for 7 years. So it isn't how we do our pricing. Oh, by the way, pricing will be learned in the Smart Creating Lab. So when you create, you understand pricing. You don't create and you say so that everybody can buy it. Because it's pricing that determines sustainability. So the 5-in-1 storage system Joseph created, that's how it also works for you as creators. So you move from production to how do I preserve this? How do I scale it? From preservation, you move to distribution, and then all of this, you must understand pricing before it cannot be sustainable. This was what Joseph had. And of course, with this kind of creation, excuse me, sir, you cannot be an employee. A whole system was handed over to Joseph. And interestingly, it was still his boss that did anyway. So even within a system, your system can be created. I mean, I've seen people do it. They're in a system, they create a system that is solving problem that even their boss can see that this guy can be paid. I remember reading a story. Oh, if you're just joining us, thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button. I'm currently reading the book Making It Big by Sir Pharaoh. I read to a point where someone came to work for him. Now, I want to tell you how you can be an employee for someone or work for someone like Joseph and grow to an economic player. So someone came to work for him. He looked at the guy, and the guy gave him a bill for his service. He looked at it, and then he underpriced the guy, and the vendor accepted. And then guess what? He paid him. But he said something, he kept on saying, this guy may not know what he did wrong. And he told him, he said, you came to my house, and I saw your jetty. That's the name of that car, right? There's the name of a car. I think it was a Jetta, one kind of car like that. You know, a car that downplayed his packaging. An old rickety car. He came with that car to South Pharaoh space. And he called him and he said, with a kind of packaging, you can work on your pricing. And this system you're building will actually be more sustainable. After speaking to him, guess what he did? He gave him his Mercedes. Although they had a structure for how it will be paid for and all of that, he gave to him. And the guy's business skyrocketed. Of course, you know, the story will also grow that you'll be able to also access the last network and all of that. But you see, it is from a system he was able to create something. And one thing that blew Safemi away was the way this guy did his service. He was good at his job, but something was missing. So you see, like Joseph was good at his job. Yes, the thing that went missing was that his Oga's wife had eyes for him. But you know, with creativity, you know, sometimes when I read the Bible, I ask a lot of questions. I was asking myself, so where was the wife now that this boy is now the prime minister? So it means that she couldn't even stop him. That's how it is. With creativity, you are unstoppable. No matter who doesn't like you, no matter who feels you shouldn't be where you are. Lesson number 2. Apart from the fact that creativity begins with interpretation and grows with execution, number 2 is that it multiplies value. Creativity multiplies value. If you're just joining us, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this live with someone who should be here. This is an amazing conversation today. Creativity multiplies your value. Hmm. Joseph didn't store food. No, he did not. He multiplied wealth by reselling grain. Remember that it was grains that his brothers came to buy. So he wasn't just doing a storage system. That's why I said what Joseph built was a five-in-one system, which is part of what you will learn in the Smart Creating Lab. Systems for sustainability. So for Joseph, he said that, I mean, we can't just store food. How do you store food in 7 years for 7 years? How, please? I have a team member of mine who's an international farmer. Esther, is it possible? Is it possible to store food for 7 years for 7 years? No. What Joseph understood is what? Let us prepare to resell grain instead of just storing food. That is what actually made Joseph multiply value. Thinking of this, I'm thinking of Sir Aliko Dangote. He started with cement. By controlling production, distribution, and pricing, he multiplied value across Africa. So with creativity, you get to a point where you start multiplying value. It is a chain. It's a system. It is grown. It is learned. It is grown. It is, and the beauty of the Smart Creating Lab is that you have other coaches who are not that they expect that today you come, you hit, you no. What it is that I want to show you the blueprint. In practicality, in tangibility, you will live there with your product in your hands, with your creations in your hands. Part of what made me to start packaging this course was it's always been there anyway, but it was meant to be a book bingers product. It was meant to so Arena Circular, the Smart Speakers Academy, is the book bingers booth where professionals read a book a week. And I was saying, okay, if they have done 9 months with us, then let us get them in the 10th month. Just like a woman who has a baby who has been pregnant for 9 months, you give birth in the 10th month. So it's like every book binger should be able to give birth something in the 10th month. But each time I see professionals, because I work with them a lot, apart from those the book bingers, with their other courses with Sell at the Smart Speakers Academy, and I get to meet professionals here and there. And one of their greatest tears, one of their saddest moments is remembering that the year is coming to an end. Professionals have sad moments towards the end of the year. Oh, please, if I'm saying the truth, let me know in the comment section. Say yes, please. When the year begins to end, especially towards the last quarter of the year, professionals just, they pick up their goal sheets. They go to their vision board, their goal board for the year. Oh, thank you. And they're like, 2025. It's not this year that they said is my year of supernatural lifting. It's not this year that they said is my year of soaring higher. It's not this year that they said, and they begin to feel sad. So we have to create this. It comes up 10th of the month every year, every single year. Because professionals, the thing about confidence is confidence has a lot to do with competence. When you can see what you created, your confidence skyrockets. Take it from me, I'm the confidence coach, I know it. And for me, confidence coaching for me, I'm not sent to coach children's confidence. I'm sent to help professionals unlock the smartest, most confident version of themselves. So let's change because something that we're using to change that status quo, that stereotype of crime when it's almost the end of the year. Lesson number 3, we can learn from Joseph. That's by the way. Lesson number 3, creativity solves collective problems. Creativity solves collective problems. Joseph solved famine for nations. That's your book on motherhood can save 1 million girls in the north who are yanked off into early marriage and they know nothing about motherhood. That's your story of how you were able to navigate fertility can save 300,000 girls that have been told that it's not possible to have a baby. Do you know the book Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Nees? Can you imagine thousands of copies that books have been sold and how many souls it has saved? See, creativity solves collective problems. Talking about that book, I can't forget how many people recommended it. I had to read it myself at some point. Anybody, any place you turn, you're pregnant, someone will give you the book. So that single creativity is solving collective problems. I told you about a book I saw on laparoscopic surgery. The professional who did that creation, he doesn't even know how many souls he's going to save. Now, someone invented Airbnb, right? Airbnb is solving the global lodging crisis by turning spare rooms into hotels. So there's Airbnb every day. Just on Sunday, I heard one of my big friends talking about the fact that she wants to go into Airbnb in a new state. She started already. She wanted to go into a new state in Nigeria. The whole concept of Airbnb that somebody created is solving global lodging crisis. It's turning spare rooms into hotels. And it's a lot more comfortable than just hotels. Lesson number 4. Creativity sees crisis as opportunity. Oh, it's all about perspective. One thing the Smart Creating Lab will do for you is to give you the eyes of a problem solver, a value creator. I remember I was having a conversation with someone, and the person says, and I've been in this place for years, I don't even know. And I said to her, you haven't looked at the space where you are from the eyes of a creator. If you look at it, you know that even my experience in this space can help me build something. So with creativity, you see crises as opportunities. You see it as an opportunity. People are struggling with navigating how to go about teenage motherhood. And well, for some reason, you found out that you had a child at teenage. And then even after having this child, today you will have your career thriving, you've been able to pick up your life back. You want to send a word to that teenage girl who thinks that her world is over just because she had a child at teenage. So as opposed to others seeing it as a problem, that, teenage pregnant, maybe they even bashed you, they told you, how dare you, how can you do such a thing, you brought shame on this family. With the eye of a creator, you can see that your story can become someone's glory, can become even the gateway to your financial glory. Creativity sees crisis as opportunity. Do you know that Zoom came as an opportunity while crisis happened in COVID? COVID became a moment for Zoom to actually create a global boardroom. Oh, I remember during COVID. At the time, I was still teaching. I've been a school teacher for years. So we had to go into using Zoom. You cannot wait for the Smart Creating Lab. Somebody's asking me the Smart Creating Lab, please, can we get more information? Okay, I will. The Smart Creating Lab happens in October. It's going to be 3 days. Mastermind hands-on practical session where everybody will be shown how to create in real time. More details will be shared as we proceed. Thank you. I know you cannot wait because your head is like, I can now see, I can see, I can now see, I can now see. All right. So, yes, and then we were all at home at the time. We had to go and stay at home. Like I was in the office one day and we're told we can no longer come to work. That's one of the most amazing surprises in my life. I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know that something could happen in this world and everybody would be on a standstill. But guess what? Somebody saw differently and created Zoom. Zoom became the global classroom. Zoom became the global boardroom for corporate spaces. Zoom became the global church. YouTube became the global church. Yes, because nobody could even go to church. Lesson number 5. Creativity needs system. If you're just joining us, I hope you've hit the subscribe button. I hope you've hit the like button. Share this live with someone that should be here. Creativity needs system. Joseph had a 14-year plan. This is one thing professionals struggle with. How do I move from point A to point B? Okay, I released the book in January. How do I now know what to do in February or in March or next year? How do I project the problem of my customers to identify what it is they can have next? Joseph's 14-year plan was a system. So with creativity, you create a system that can work. So for Joseph's 14-year plan, he had 7 storing, 7 distributing. And it was system based. 7 storing, 7 distributing. Let's have a more current case study. McDonald's. McDonald's isn't just burgers, it's the system of consistency that scaled globally. Their greatest secret is a system of consistency. So, with creativity, you actually build systems. You actually build systems. And that was one thing Joseph did. He didn't just, okay, let's sell grains. No, he understood the years of storing and the years of distributing, which comes after 7 years. Let's go to lesson number 6. Creativity rewards foresight, not hindsight. Hmm. Creativity rewards foresight, not hindsight. Joseph acted before famine hit. If you want to wait to create when famine has hit you, you are not working with foresight. Do you know Amazon? Jeff Bezos built infrastructure for online shopping long before e-commerce exploded. Long before e-commerce exploded. It didn't look like someday people would be in any part of the world and decide and choose to just buy books from the online space. It didn't look like it as when he did. But he was able to foresee. Creativity makes you foresee. You begin to work with foresight over hindsight. And that was happened to Jeff Bezos. Long before e-commerce was a thing, he already did something about it. So in that your space where you are, what is the thing you can foresee? Long before people will enter the space. Because again, when it comes to creation, the law of first mention is a thing, right? Anyway, let me not get into that. But the law of first mention is a thing. Lesson number 7. That's a conversation for another day. Lesson number 7. Creativity opens doors. Titles cannot. Creativity opens doors. Titles cannot. Joseph had no resume. As at that time, they didn't even ask him to bring his CV the moment he gave the solution to that problem. He had no resume. But guess what? His ideas gave him Pharaoh's throne. Again, that's why I feel like professionals were emphasizing too much on credentials. Credentials are good, but it's beginning to look like because our eyes are focused on credentials, we do not even see that we can generate ideas that can solve problems. We are focusing on the minor and minoring on the major. But with creativity, doors can be opened to you that resumes cannot open. Oprah Winfrey doesn't have the best of resume. But guess what? Her creative media empire has made her irreplaceable. The world can never forget her. She has done the media space so well. She has done a lot with the creative media space so well that in the decades to come, we can't forget one Oprah Winfrey. And do you know that even as you are hailing her, you've not gone to check her resume. You've not gone to check what her CV is saying. You've not asked her how many PhDs have you got. So professionals, let's leave that space. Let's leave that space of thinking that, oh, it's credentials, it's credentials. See, your creativity will open doors for you that those your resumes cannot. Or your resumes cannot open. It will. Let's go to lesson number 8 quickly. Creativity attracts resources. Nations came to buy from Joseph. They came to buy grain. Wealth flowed to Egypt by that one creativity. Google created a search system. And the world today brings the question to them. And it's generating an infinite income stream for them. So what am I saying? Creativity attracts resources. The resources you are looking for is in your creativity. It's in your creativity. Lesson number 9, quickly. Lesson number 9, creativity shifts identity. Oh, this one is one of the key lessons you need to understand. Please put it for me in the comment section. Creativity shifts identity. Creativity shifts identity. Oh, it's important that we understand that creativity shifts identity. Joseph shifted from prisoner to prime minister. He shifted from prisoner to prime minister by creativity. His identity changed, his name changed, his personality, everything changed by creativity. Mm, mm. It's like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs moved from college dropout to redefining technology and culture. Today, you cannot address him as a college dropout. So, creativity is capable of shifting your identity. I have the capacity to change my identity, change how it is that I want to be described as by creativity. By creativity. Today, nobody remembers that Steve Jobs was a school dropout. You can't say that. You can't say he was a college dropout. You can't. Finally, lesson number 10. Creativity is stewardship. Stewardship. Joseph was faithful in Potiphar's house. Joseph was faithful in the prison. Joseph was faithful in Pharaoh's house. He remained faithful. It's like Warren Buffett. You know Warren Buffett? He's not flashy, but he's a disciplined steward of ideas and investments. And this have turned him into billionaire. Let me say this. Joseph didn't survive famine. No. He created the system that made others survive while he thrived in the famine. And the truth is, the world we are in today, there is famine everywhere. The famine is increasing. How do I know? Inflation can be likened to famine. Inflation can be likened to famine. So don't say, oh no, that's Joseph's time. Joseph, the famine happened then. It's happening in every nation now. There's inflation everywhere. So my question for you is, and I need your answers, where are you stuck interpreting dreams but failing to execute? So you have this dream that you should be a global educator. You've interpreted it by saying, oh, I know that when I enter the education space, I'm going to change the way college students learn. You have interpreted this dream. But have you moved to execution? Remember, I said that what made Joseph stand out wasn't the interpretation of dreams, it was the execution, the execution, the execution, how he executed what it is that he did execute. So, my question for you is pause and ask yourself, where am I stuck interpreting dreams but failing to execute? Where? Where am I stuck? Where exactly am I stuck? And I'm failing to execute. Where exactly? Where have you been waiting? Where have you been waiting for recognition instead of creating systems that others can benefit from? Where? Where have you been waiting for recognition? What famine are you facing now? Okay, maybe you have even identified that there's this famine you are dealing with. What is that famine you are facing now? Let me know in the comment section. I should give you a response if you want any. And if you have questions, please feel free to put in the comment section. I'll take a few. What famine are you facing now? And could it actually be your opportunity? Is it possible to reframe your perspective of that famine and see it as this isn't actually famine, this is opportunity dressed and clothed as famine? Is it possible that you look at it from that lens, from that perspective? This is exactly what you'll be getting in the Smart Creating Lab. It's exactly what we teach inside the Smart Creating Lab. We are not giving you another course that just came up. No, it's not. It's how you end the year feeling like a creator. You see the end of the year depression that professionals have. The Smart Creating Lab is created to end that circle. And I know you may be wondering, how do you know the problems of stand-up? These are the people I'm sent to. I didn't send myself here. These are the people. I know it. I know the challenges. I know their problems. I can tell you. I have been a professional for over a decade, so I know the problem. Check offices now. The conversation in every workspace is, Esther, so the year is ending. Have you been able to actually? What did you write in January? They are turning to this other side. Ivy, oh, Mr. Balogun, Mrs. Stella, everywhere they're asking. They may even have asked you today in your workplace. Maybe they asked you today that, oh, Gifty, this thing you've been saying you wanted to do since January. The year is ending. Push it to next year. Or some will actually just get into depression. Research has shown that many people actually commit suicide, get more drunk, get into more vices towards the end of the year, get into desperation. They've been waiting for this particular miracle. They thought it would come this year, it hasn't come. Boom! They look for a shortcut, but they get to do anything that they didn't plan on doing. And this is where this course comes in. So that circle ends. We'll be helping professionals break free from this employee mindset, the lies that give you the employee mindset. No, it's not a getaway from your employee status. No, we're not interested. We're not the ones that will tell you to leave that space or not. No, but we are concerned about the mindset because you can still be an employee, but it's your mindset that determines. At the point where Joseph was interpreting that dream, he was still an employee for his master. But he had a mindset of, I am a creator. He had a mindset of, I'm here to solve problems. So even though it looked like, oh, Joseph is still an employee, he didn't see himself that way. He didn't see himself that way. He didn't keep himself stuck in that to believe that there's nothing I can offer. I'm just an employee. Just the way so many professionals think, and it's keeping them in a space they're not supposed to be. It's about moving you from consumption to creating, from titles to system. Will help you build creative systems that can multiply value in your career, in your business, and in your family. It's all about creating. There are so many names you could have called this course, but it's all about creating. It's no fluff. That's what it is. That's what it is. We show you how to create, multiply value in your family, in your business, in your career. It's about moving from consumption to creation, from consuming to creating, from titles to systems, from busyness to impact. Again, this is not about you quitting your job. No, that's not the conversation. It's about quitting the mindset that your job is all you have. That mindset is not good for you. It's about quitting the mindset that your job is all you have, or your job is your ceiling. Your job is your ceiling. Your job owes you your growth. Your job owes you your lifetime. Your job owes you your fulfillment. Titles have carried you away. You want to get you free from that place. Joseph went from employee to economy player because of creativity. It is the same creativity that Joseph had that you have, interestingly. It is the same creativity that Joseph has that you have. So that is it for today. It's been amazing having you here. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you can put it in the comment section. I will take a few questions. But here's what I want to say to you. Thank you so much for joining us up until now. It's good having you here. For those of you who keep joining in every day on our live sessions, commenting, sharing our live with people, it's great and amazing to have you here. I hope that with this conversation, I've been able to show you that there are lies that you have believed that have kept you in place. And I've drawn out lessons that you didn't see from Joseph's story. It's been a blessing for me too. It's been a blessing to me too. I've learned a whole lot as well, and I'm sure that you have been blessed by this. You want to set your timer for tomorrow? 1 p.m. will be here. Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. we're live. Saturdays at 7 p.m. we're live. And for September and October, it will be the Smart Creating Short Break series. For those asking about the Smart Creating Lab, it comes up in October 30th to November 1st. It's going to be 3 days of a back-to-back creating system where we'll be walking you through a system of creating, turning your experience, expertise, and expressions into real-time income, impact, and influence. You don't want to miss it at all. It'll be so good to have you. Once you see the information about the Smart Creating Lab, it will be everywhere. Share the word, spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. Let them know that, hey, there's something for them. So this year, you cannot end the year like that. You cannot end the year thinking, what did I achieve this year? because you will be leaving the Smart Creating Lab with your creations in your hands. Thank you so much for joining in today. It's been amazing having you. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. This is the Smart World.